made by FBI personnel turned out to be unsupported or contradicted by information in their possession, and with which they withheld information detrimental to their case, calls into question whether information contained in other FBI applications is reliable. And we're back. Mike Cernovich, Cernovich.com, reporting on this FISA court warrant, which is about as devastating, frankly, as it could be. This is an unusual move by the FISA court, which is usually quite secretive. It doesn't issue, press releases. Everything is, all hush hush. And, I think that we can claim credit for this because the FISA court had remained silent until we pressured them, we meaning all of us, the people, had pressured them into issuing some kind of statement. And boy, oh boy, they issued a statement. So we'll go over the order itself, but what we want to remember more than anything, more than this dumb order, is how we were lied to for 2 years or 3 years. That's what we want to remember. This order is temporal. It fades. But the lies and the lying liars who told them persist. They will never go away. Hold on here. We're lighting I got a little Lancero here. Smoking a cigar in the morning. Healthy breakfast. So let's go over the FISA court. What it is, what it does, and why this order is unusual. This might be unprecedented. At least in the past several years, this is an unprecedented order. So today, the FISA court responds. Again, this is very rare of them to do. The FISA court responds to the OIG report about the lies that Comey told, or that were told under his watch. Comey, I love. He's trying to be like a little snake, little weasel. He defended the FISA stuff until the IG report came out. Then he claimed the IG report vindicated him. And then Inspector General Horowitz testified that nobody was vindicated. And then suddenly Comey's like, as a leader, you got to take responsibility. He committed fraud at the highest level. All of his underlings did. And that's what this FISA order says. It's 4 pages. They talk about the rules of the FISA court and how it differs. FISA court rules are full disclosure. And in ordinary search warrant, that's why some people are trying to mislead you, and they're comparing the FISA court to other warrants. In an ordinary search warrant, the government is not under any duty to disclose exculpatory facts. Exculpatory fact is a fact that would make it appear that you are not guilty of the crime they're suspecting you of. They can load them. FISA court, due to the intrusive nature of their surveillance, the spying, which you can't call it spying now, has very heightened procedures. Everything has to be verified. Everything has to be done under oath. Every fact has to be triple checked. And you have to paint the full picture. You have to say, here's why we want to investigate them, but here's why you might not want to investigate them. People had long suspected that this was all fraud, and we now know it is a fraud, and now the court's mad because the FBI embarrassed them. This order, so let's talk about what this order is and what this order isn't. This order is not real. This is kayfabe, as you call kayfabe. Here's what I mean by kayfabe. And this is where, being a lawyer as I am has a lot of perks, and Technofog's a great lawyer himself. What you would do if you really actually cared is you would issue an order to show cause. You would say the FISA court would issue an order to show cause as to why the prosecutors who submitted these applications should not be held in contempt of court. Right? That's what real accountability would be. Real accountability would say, we order the prosecutors who came to us and lied and gave us perjurious information, we order them to give us a reason why we shouldn't hold you in contempt of court. So this is fake. It's real. It's a real order, but it's kayfabe. Everything, remember, isn't real or fake. There is authentic versus kayfabe. So hold on to that thought for a minute. This order is real and fake. What do I mean? Well, it's an authentic court order. It's a court order. The court order has said that Comey is a fraud. The FBI is a fraud. They all lie to them. But it's fake because there aren't any consequences. As Technofog, a very skilled lawyer, says, FISA court judge Collier responds to the IG report. Court orders remedial measures. No mention of individual accountability. Orders for plan to ensure FBI apps are accurate. The FISA procedure is already robust. This is the old, if you like, if you're in the gun debate, enforce the laws on the books. There's enough laws on the books. The FISA court rules are strict enough. The FISA court rules are you have to follow these procedures. You have to fact check everything. You can't withhold material exculpatory information. You can't lie to us. You can't fabricate evidence. The rules are great. If the rules were followed, Carter Page never would have been spied on. So that's what I mean by the order is fake. The order is fake accountability. It's kayfabe. In this world, don't think about it in terms of real or fake. Think of it in terms of authentic or kayfabe, performative. An authentic court ruling from the FISA court would say, we demand that the prosecutors come in and we're going to hold you in contempt of court unless you tell us otherwise. It's called the order to show cause. If you're a lawyer, it's the most terrifying document you can get among them from a judge. The order says, basically, we're going to hold you in contempt unless you have a good story to tell us why we shouldn't. Order to show cause. That would be authentic. That would be authentic. In order to show cause as to contempt. So this is all fake. Oh, follow procedures, and then the FBI will come in as part of the kayfabe. Kayfabe is orchestrated pro wrestling moves. The FBI will come in and say, Your Honors, we're so sorry. We have all these new procedures. Here's the new procedures. And the FISA court will say, thank you so much. The trust is restored. Everything is good. We're cool again. It's a kayfabe. It's performative. It's not authentic. Authentic outrage is you lied to us under oath multiple times. Get the lawyers in here right now, and we're going to give you an ass rimming of a lifetime, and we're going to hold your asses in contempt. That's authentic. This is not authentic. That's what I mean by it's fake. It's a real court order, but they don't care. Tasty. No, this is not a blunt. I don't smoke marijuana. So I don't smoke marijuana, but unlike weed heads, if you go, cigars are unhealthy, I'll be like, okay, I don't care what you think. Whereas a weed head would be like, how dare you? How dare you insult? How dare you insult marijuana? How dare you? I mean, I'm like, okay, you think it's unhealthy? I don't care. I just don't care. Whereas weed heads, they get very insecure. That's how you know the difference between, like an addict and somebody who's not an addict. Somebody who's not an addict, upon hearing his vice is being criticized, will say, that's what you think. And, people have their points of views and, it's cool. Whereas an addict gets real defensive because it's like part of their identity. Smoking cigars is not like a part of my identity. Oh, I have to smoke it and let's go find a place to smoke cigars. I enjoy it. It's quite a nice hobby. But if people go that smoking a cigar is a vice, they're like, okay, I mean, they're actually wrong. You can unwind. You can relax. Nicotine's an entropic. But I don't even care to do that because I don't internalize the critique because it isn't my identity. It's just a nice thing that I do. I'm smoking a cigar. Whew. This is a lot of smoke for a little Lancero. Anyway, to summarize, by the way, if you're on Facebook, like this and share this video. It's the best legal edification. Who is doing better legal videos than me, by the way? Who watched my General Flynn video from last night, where I talked about plea bargaining process and how that works, and who's doing better, really describing things for you? Because all the lawyers, they just hate Trump so much that they've sacrificed the truth. They don't tell you the truth, whereas I just tell the truth. Comey, in other words, here's the kayfabe. The kayfabe is that the FISA court has issued a ruling that's real, but they don't actually care that they were lied to. If they care that they were lied to, they would issue an order to show cause, which they didn't do. There's no accountability. This is a complete and total joke. FISA court's a joke. It has to be disbanded. The FBI agents who lied under oath, nothing's going to happen to them. Welcome to the real world. But if you're General Flynn, you're probably going to go to prison for lying to an FBI agent who lied to the FISA court. So it's like, hold on. So General Flynn lied to an FBI agent who has lied under oath in the FISA process. So how do we know the FBI agent is telling the truth when they say that General Flynn lied? There you go. Welcome to the real world where there's no great plans that are going to save us all, but where everybody in America is kind of screwed and we don't live in a real, we don't have a real rule of law. That's what I have to say. All right, if you're on YouTube, like this video and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, like the video, share me an emoji. If you're on Periscope, tap the screen a few times. I'm Mike Cernovich. You can go read my article at cernovich.com, Cernovich.com. Cernovich,